guys, you got the woodsman perspective. We're back. We're back recording, and look, I may have a little bit of technical difficulties. I got the prettiest little bird dog over here jumping in my lap, but it's got the sharpest teeth I ever seen.
Razor blades.
Yeah, look, me and Chris took a road trip today. We're down in Macon at Noxubee Farm Supply. Friend of ours, Ryan Bostick, and Ryan owns Noxubee Farm Supply. You may call it the co-op, but we come down here and spend a little time with him and talk about something pretty cool they got going. A raccoon. I told my wife it's a raccoon rodeo, a roundup, and then she's got some questions too.
Bring them on, man.
But man, they're doing something cool, and it's.
I think it's good.
It's February when we're recording this, and trapping right now is that time to trap to get out ahead of nest predators if you're interested in wild turkey, and if you're not, you're probably not listening to this.
Probably not.
But they put together I guess more or less a bounty or a bounty on the raccoon.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get them right now.
Contest.
And it's pretty neat. I've when Ryan them come out with it, I started getting
your phone started blowing up too. I did too. Man. I got Facebook. I got more Facebook messages with that flyer on it.
And I'm not a big Facebooker, but I got buddies that screenshot and sent them to me. Look what Ryan them's doing down there in Knoxville, and it's pretty neat. And me and Brent was walking a piece of property this morning, and Brent said, "Man, I would love to go down and talk to Ryan." I said, "Well, I know Ryan well." I said, "I've known his wife since she was a little kid, and his dad-in-law, and we logged together.
And we've done business.
Yeah.
If you're listening, you probably look. Noxubee County is sort of the center of. That's one of the best hunting counties in the state.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, kind of tell me how you come up with wanting to do this. It's pretty cool, and then I want to go a little background how you and Hannah kind of had a vision to buy this place and get it going because this is your first year.
That's right. Yeah,
we
did a change
a little bit about kind of how y'all done it.
So, I mean, just a quick kind of backdrop on me. I'm from Noxubee County. Just right through the way. Yeah. Grew up there. Went to Philadelphia High School type deal, whatever. And one thing a lot of people don't know about me is I was in the United States Army for 12 years.
All right. I knew that.
I heard that.
So some guys knew that, some guys didn't. So I did that side along with college and actually worked in healthcare.
Okay.
Went to UMC in Jackson and went through their radiology program and their nuclear medicine program. One of the best jobs I ever had was at the Noxubee County Gym in Philadelphia.
Okay.
As that may sound odd, but worked that job, and one thing, I was always a customer here. My wife and I have been together for almost 12 years now.
I remember.
Been married almost 10. Hope I got that right.
I think I did. She's a mark now.
We got the editing finger. We can correct it.
Let me check the dates on that. But being around here in Noxubee County, I had always kind of joked with Betsy Cohen, the previous owner, Betsy Miller now. If you ever get ready to sell this place, let me know.
Right.
Never really dreamed it would come to fruition.
Sure.
Long story short, one thing led to another. I found out that she was interested in possibly selling it. So that was in September of 22.
Right.
When that happened. We started negotiations. One thing led to another, and we, ended up making a deal in March of 23.
That's right.
So from September all the way to March, we worked all that. And I had a lot of intentions with trying to get here.
Right.
We've got 3 children. We've got twins that are a year and a half old. And the funny thing is when I first came home and told Hannah, I said, I think Betsy might sell the farm store. She said, Ryan, you're crazy. Because she was pregnant.
Right. With the twins. Okay.
Yeah. She was a month away from delivering the twins.
So she was already emotional anyway.
And I've got a stable job. I worked for a big, giant healthcare company. Had a stable job, 401k.
Right.
You name it, man.
Well, it's a challenge.
Absolutely. My dad was is a business owner. My grandfather was a business owner.
Right.
And so I don't know.
Just something in you.
My dad kind of alluded that maybe it was just in my blood. But when I told Hannah that this was an interest of mine, she said, no, I said, this is just a bad time. And I said, Hannah, this is the time.
There's never a good time.
No, there's never a good time to take a big risk, big chance.
That's right.
Whatever.
No, it is.
So I said, hey, let's give it a shot. So here we are. So that started in March. We've been here since then. This was already a phenomenal business.
It was.
As
Betsy,
you
let me
know.
tell you, you got Seth and you got
Yeah.
their daddy Roger was a
Yeah.
stand-up person. You got Seth
We
and
do
Betsy.
a lot. The majority of our business comes from Southern Seed and Feed.
Right.
For those of you that don't know, Betsy was the daughter of Mr. Roger
Cohen. Great people. Great.
Southern Seed and Feed, and so
Triple clean corn.
yeah,
Yeah,
triple
right.
clean corn, man.
A product
The-
you probably heard of.
Yeah, the green bag. And so we're separate from Southern Seed and Feed.
That's right.
We're, you know, we're,
But y'all are kind of the distributor for
that's
them.
right. Yeah, we, you know, we're one of
A pretty good partner to have. I can tell you.
absolutely.
That's great.
So Seth, he and
His little
Katie
sister,
over there.
Katie's great.
So we do a ton of business with them.
Right.
And you know, so that kind of gives people a little tie of what that relationship.
How
looks
much
like.
wildlife business is? I know because I've been
Yeah.
I've been shopping with Betsy for 15 years, and especially the lands that I manage down south. You know,
Right.
I try to use the co-ops and the things that are here.
Yeah.
Where I go, but I mean, wildlife is a big business for you.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. I mean, we, you know, previously this store, you know, historically carried some hunting products on
Sure.
the interior retail side. I'm a hunter.
Yeah, that's right.
I've hunted my entire life. And so, of course, and I think now that I'm here, she's nipping me.
She got my armpit that time.
Now that I'm here,
Got a sweet meat.
you know, people have a different expectation, kind of like, hey, man, you know, Ryan's a turkey hunter. Ryan's a deer hunter. Ryan's a this and that, you know.
Well-
And so we've been trying to vamp that up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you look at the cattleman side of things.
that's right. A lot of cattle down here in the
A
Knoxville
lot of
County.
cattle in Knoxville County.
Gardening.
Gardening,
Yeah.
lawn care,
Horses.
you name it.
Yeah.
Horses, our equine side
a
of
lot of
things.
ag all the way around.
Yeah, we sell Nutrina feed products, and so we've got a lot of agriculture here on top of the hunting side of things. Now, obviously, different times of the year bring on different seasons.
Sure.
With those different seasons, we see different flow, you know, as far as sales go. But I mean, I would dare to
been
say,
good, yeah.
you know, a good 50-60% of our business here is the outdoorsman. And then the remaining portion of that business comes from your agriculture guys. We do cover crop, you know,
of
so
chemical.
Yeah, we handle chemicals. We handle cover crop. We're trying to, you know, kind of increase our foothold on bulk cover crop deliveries and such. So local farmers, you know, that's what we're here for. That's the business that we're in.
That's awesome.
So
He's a sharp.
Let me tell you, Dolly, y'all not seeing this or hearing it.
If
but
you're not
Dolly,
watching,
Yeah.
if you're just listening, there may be some weird sounds.
yeah, there's some odd sounds.
how old
Yeah.
is Dolly?
Dolly Mae is 3 months old.
Well,
We
Dolly
got a
Mae was
3-month-old pointer mix.
She's got teeth like a raccoon.
Yeah.
I can promise
Yeah,
you.
she's tough.
Tell me,
Yeah,
tell
so
me how
let's talk
about the
raccoon.
raccoon. Yeah,
Okay.
how'd you get the idea?
So-
We talked a little bit.
Yeah,
Now-
you want to go ahead and lay down the ground rules?
Now
and
you're
talk
26.
through some of that.
I just not to add your age, but you told me you've been hunting turkeys since you were 9.
9 years old.
So I know how old
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
So you've been hunting turkeys for 26 years. That makes
That's
you a
right.
veteran. Turkey
Yeah,
hunter.
I've been doing it for a while.
You're a veteran
and,
in the military, but
yeah.
also turkey hunting.
That's
So
right.
you got a game. You got something in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, nobody in my family really turkey hunted much. But my grandfather had a phenomenal place. He was a cattleman, and he had a phenomenal place in Neshoba County that had turkeys on it.
Right.
And so that kind of got me interested
You
as a
had
little
that love
kid
for it.
because I'm seeing these things strutting out there in the pasture and all.
Yeah.
Nobody in my family really knows what to do with them.
Right.
And so people, the younger guys aren't going to see this, but y'all are not going to know this name probably.
Sure.
But I went to Walmart and bought a Loman box call.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember Loman?
Brent is a turkey call.
But
Vintage man.
I went and bought that box call, and Mossy Oak used to on Saturday mornings on TV they would have their, just particularly I guess in the springtime, they would have a TV show on Saturday mornings started at 8:30
Right.
with turkey hunting shows. I started watching turkey hunting shows.
Right.
Toxie and all those guys were
Yeah.
on there, so we're watching them.
Cuz.
Yeah, cuz I'm trying to learn from them because I don't have a clue. And so that started my love for turkey hunting. And then I had some guys that they were pivotal in kind of mentoring me along that way.
There was a lot of good turkey hunters just regionally talking.
Yes.
This area, Winston County, Neshoba County. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of good turkey
And
hunters
look,
come out of that
like
area.
Ryan said, his granddad had some turkeys. So you always come up with some pretty good mentors. You got turkeys
Yeah.
to hunt.
Yeah,
you had the secret ingredient.
You got
the
that
turkeys.
right. That's it.
But so one thing, just for my turkey side and my conservation side, we watched and I think probably everybody here that turkey hunts is listening to this. They've seen it too. The decline in the turkey population.
No question.
It's not arguable. It is nationwide. States throughout the Midwest they're lower in backlands.
They are.
They're
making you draw.
They're making
Shipping
you draw.
season dates. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, we hunt Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, et cetera.
Look, Nebraska, there's no better example. That northwest Nebraska area has just got insane.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
North central Kansas.
And even here, where our turkey numbers have,
that's not. Yes, it's abroad,
especially the unmanaged places.
Yes,
More
and that's
hunters
where the
on less
management
land.
side comes into play.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's only so much that will happen naturally, and the things that we can help out with. And when we put this Racoon Roundup thing out there, it wasn't just to get raccoons and possums killed.
It's a nest predator awareness.
It's a nest predator awareness, and also I figured I had a pretty good assumption it would lead to conversations with people about timber management.
Yes.
I don't have a background in timber.
Right.
But I've got a father-in-law who did it his entire
Our life.
Yep.
And is good at it.
And I've got connections with people like you that
Right.
are in timber management.
Right.
And so we can talk timber management. We can talk wildlife control. We can talk, your burns.
Yeah, this is one
Just
piece
one
of that
tool.
puzzle.
It's one
This is
tool.
one piece of that. One element.
It's a drop in the bucket of all the many things that go into play. We control burn. We try. We don't just trap right before nesting season. We run traps as much as we possibly can that the state will allow.
Yep.
And so we thought that the Racoon Roundup would be a really good way for us. I mean, from our standpoint, we've already got a little bit of public media stance. We've, got a little bit of awareness out there. We get a lot of foot traffic here in the store.
Yeah, I bet.
And then myself as a conservationist. But the way it all started, a good friend of mine, Peyton Mayhead.
I know it's Daddy Scotty.
Yeah, old Scott.
They turkey hunters.
They're turkey hunters.
They are done it all their lives.
Yes, and are phenomenal at it.
They are good.
But they care about the wild turkey as well.
That's right.
And so Peyton, he brought it to me. He goes to school in Arkansas. So he's up and I think we all know from where the red fern grows and all growing up.
That's right.
That Missouri area through there,
Coon
and
hunting.
the Ozarks
Right.
and all. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Turkeys
are a big deal.
Turkeys are a big deal. Yeah, absolutely. And so he has been exposed to being up there in that part of the world and that Arkansas, Missouri area. This is a common thing more so for them to do this. And he just sent me a screenshot
Of what they're doing.
Yeah, of what they're doing. And he sent it to me and he's like, hey, you ought to look into doing something like this. And so we just kind of jostled around, and I'm in the house. I mentioned something to Hannah.
Right.
And she just kind of laughed.
Same thing my wife did.
Once again, Ryan's got a crazy idea,
Yeah, right.
Ryan wanted to buy the farm store, and that was a little crazy.
Well, most of these wives and girlfriends saying that's just giving y'all another time to hunt when it ain't hunting season.
Y'all just want to stay out all night hunting.
Right.
They ain't wrong.
No, that's
No, I
not
mean, they
true,
might
too.
have a point to it, right?
Right.
And then that doesn't make us wrong.
No, that's right.
No. We've got a rhyme behind the reason.
That's it.
So it just kind of started, and I kind of lightly put it out there on my Facebook.
Sure.
Hey,
Try to get some traction.
yeah, that's exactly what I said on Facebook. I said, hey, I just want to get some traction. If y'all think this is a good idea, let me know. If you think it's a flop, let me know. Just tell me your feelings.
Right.
I have people just on my Facebook sharing it. They're asking me questions, calling me, texting me, encouraging me. I go to the gas station in town.
Right.
And a guy stops. He's like, hey, are you doing that raccoon hunt thing? And so
That's when you know you're on the side.
Yeah,
That's when you say yeah.
Think
we're gonna
about
do it.
this
Yeah.
for a second. Think about this for a second. If you're not a big landowner
yeah,
and you don't have a lot of land to hunt, everybody's got raccoon.
Yeah. Look,
And they
had
don't
a
just
guy
cause
come in here-
problems. They don't just cause problems on turkeys.
no, it's not.
We're talking about people with chickens snatching the heads off.
That's
of them.
right.
I mean, they're mean now. I mean, they're tough.
And I'm not going to go off on
Sure.
my quail rant here.
Right.
But I got a bird dog right here laying on the floor. All of our grandfathers bird hunted.
Correct.
Well, guess what? We don't have anymore.
We have no quail.
Quail. Why do we not have quail?
And they're
ground nesting birds. Yep.
That's right.
Common denominator,
timber
common predator.
management and
And
your nest
predator control.
Predator control.
Yeah.
And we can talk on another podcast one
Sure.
day later about
Sure.
coyotes, bobcats, etc.
That's right.
That'll be the follow up. Like in the weeks after this, once we get all these nests to succeed, then you got coyotes and bobcats.
We did a podcast with Hunter Cream, which is a big trapper around our place, and Hunter's got a lot.
He's going to be on our team. We're putting a team in this thing.
That's right. My $100 bill's coming out. So Ryan, it's not a. We're excited about it, but when we put that out, you'd be surprised. Duke's traps. Hunter's really tight with Bill and them, and he's and I'd never been over there. Me being in land management all these years, never going over there.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. It was a phenomenal place. And I think you and
Bill,
you're selling some.
Y'all are dealers for
Mr. Bill Duke. We previously kind of bought through wholesalers and stuff to handle some traps. And we've got your coyote traps, spring loaded traps, the dog proof traps. If you need trapping supplies, and honestly, what this probably will lead to, if we can get more awareness for trapping, is that we'll carry more trapping supplies.
Right.
But I contacted Mr. Bill Duke and just kind of told him who I was. This was after we had put out there on social media that this was going to happen.
Right.
And he kind of got tickled. He said, "Man," he said, "we think it's awesome."
Yeah.
He said, "What do you need from us?"
Well, their phone had been ringing. They had been talking about you all morning, right?
Yeah, they had been talking about it that morning. This was yesterday morning. And he said, "How many traps do you need?" And I said, "I have no idea. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I might need 50, and I may need
300. Yeah, you don't know.
I don't have a clue,
Yeah.
And so he himself brought the traps to me. Duke banner, hats, shirts. So another thing, I mean, our top winning teams are going to get some Duke merchandise to go with.
That's awesome. Well, I didn't have any traps. I was let Hunter and Brent do, and Sherwin do my trapping. Yeah. I went over and bought me a dozen of them.
Yeah, Milt's got a bunch of traps. He don't know it yet, but we're gonna raid his trap supply.
We fished. Look, we're going to win this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're going to
win this thing.
So I sat right here in this office, and I mean everybody had left, and I said,
I think it's a good idea.
I think we can make this thing happen. I talked to my father-in-law. He's been trapping coons.
Right. Randy stays on.
He sends me a picture every day. Of coons in a trap.
Yeah.
And so I said, let's do it.
But the people don't know his father-in-law. He's a woodsman.
Absolutely.
I can tell you. From old school, Noxubee River, Randy Martin is a woodsman. Not just cutting timber, but just a woodsman.
Me
Randy taught me how to put a project. He's always got a project.
Yeah.
If Randy ain't got a project, he ain't doing nothing.
And, the control burning aspect of timber management, the property that he's got.
Yes. And he manages every piece of it.
Every acre.
Brent, Randy loves a fish pond more than life, and I don't know why. I said, "Randy, you got 8 of them." I said, "Well, you can't." I said, "Hell, you can't. We can start fishing today." He just laughed. He's, I like to put them on. Anyway,
if he bought an acre, he'd put a half an acre pond.
He loves it. He loves
it. He's a fish manager. He's a turkey manager.
He's just a land manager. He just manages that land.
He's a conservationist.
Yeah, he really is.
And that's a common bond that you see. And I'm the feedback I've gotten. The people that sent me the screenshots or shared it on Facebook, I'm sure it's similar with you. The people that are passing it around largely, they're the ones you would think. They're the ones that are not just a taker.
Yeah. And
they're looking for a way to give. And that's what we talk about this a lot on our podcast because Chris and Mitt both are, they manage a lot of large tracts of land, but not everybody does. Mm-hmm. And I'll keep saying it. I know habitat is important. I know there's a lot of other things that contribute to not just the decline of turkeys, but specifically predation. There's things in habitat more than just trapping.
Yeah.
But this is something that the guy hunting a lease, the guy hunting permission, this is something we all can do.
Yeah.
This may be the only lever you can pull besides your trigger.
Well,
limiting your trigger to help manage your turkey knowledge.
Like, from Chris's perspective here on the timber side of things, a lot of hunters that are out there they're conservation, they want to do something to make their turkeys better, but they're in leases.
That's right. And this may be this is the thing.
The property is owned by a big timber
warehouses or different these ones,
if I'm in a lease,
they don't care for early successional habitat. Brooding habitat isn't what they're managing for. That's right.
And so from their perspective, they can't do the control burning. They can't control when the timber is thinned and how it's thinned, etc.
But they can control this.
But they can help control the nest prep
for less than $200. And your time.
Yep.
You can do a lot of good.
Yeah. Two things to me jumps out.
A couple $100 and in your time.
You manage that predator. You're a predator. You manage your trigger finger, and you manage those other predators, and you can
If
affect.
you've got turkeys, you've got a warehouse lease, or down in Knoxubee County, you got the barge lease. If you've got a big lease, and a lot of people do hunting old, still Knoxville. On our hunting club podcast, it was from Knoxubee County. It was stuff down 14
barge, dancing rabbit.
Yeah.
So. But those guys are just because you don't own it don't mean
doesn't mean you can't improve.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a me game. It's a us game.
It's everybody.
That's right.
It's all of us as landowners, whether you've got 15 acres or 5,000 acres.
Are you lease? Are you in a 200 acre lease?
Yes.
Our granddaddy's 40 acres.
The size of the acreage is not significant here.
Yeah.
Or
I think we can all come together. And we can actually make an impact.
Yeah, and if you don't hunt, just even as a
side.
landowner, if you're looking at land values and you don't hunt, having a trapper come on there, again, there's a lot, and I think you nailed it. I'm glad you said it. We're not pretending that this is a fix-all, that this is all you can do. When you come in here, and we're going to run through the sort of the rules and the procedure and how they want to do this. But when you come here to register, when you come here to check in, there's going to be conversations around turkey management, fire burning. So this is
the more you get people talking about it.
Yeah, this is an event.
Yeah, that's right. Ryan, I think it's great.
We just want the awareness. Really, we want to get the awareness out there that there's a problem.
Yeah. If crawfish wasn't $15 a pound, we'd cook crawfish. That'd be a good crawfish. We'd think that'd be good.
Yeah, and here, look, before we give the rundown, here's another thing I want to make, and I don't think we can stress this enough, this is how it's going to get fixed.
Yeah.
All right, so and a lot of people would lean on the state agencies, and we all do. They're the experts in it. But the state agencies and the public land, the fix isn't necessarily there. We've said it all along that private landowners have the influence. They've got the acres.
Yeah.
They've got the influence, and largely they've got the means.
Yeah.
And this is, and take it a step further, a business owner. You mentioned ag. You do a lot of business around hunting and land management. Yeah. And this, to your credit, is you're doing something proactively. You're stepping out there and you're doing something to help promote it, and that's the that to me is how this thing's going to get done.
Yeah.
We want private money, private investment. You're not counting on the state or somebody else to fix the problem. Let's fix it here.
We put the bet. I didn't reach out to a bunch of other people. So I've had some people reach out.
You let your customers make the decision.
The people that want to participate in this are the ones essentially that are going to fund it.
Sure,
that's
because
right.
There's an entry fee.
Well, I got people that's never bought one bag of feed from you because they're in Columbus.
Yeah,
and they've reached out to me and said, "Man, Chris, you know anything about?" So I know the guy that runs the place. And,
look, we're putting a 4-man team together. 2 Lowndes counties, one Noxubee County, and a Lamar County, Alabama guy. We're coming.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a friend of mine called me last night. He's in Sunflower County.
Right.
Wanted to know if he could participate.
And here's the thing.
I said, bring it on.
You're going to have some. We might as well get the elephant if there's one in their room. Negative feedback on you're going to have it. Look, I own 2 deer plants.
Yeah.
All right. Brent is he takes all my pictures. He does all my, y'all have heard us. But we get backlash on dead deer. Mm-hmm. We get backlash. People don't like to see animals dead, and I understand.
That's right.
I understand. But this whole time they're saying, I can't believe he put that picture. They up there at the grill eating a filet mignon or a quesadilla, so something had to die from to eat it. But I understand. Yeah. But, people are going to, it don't matter what you do.
They're going to pick something.
They're going to pick something.
We're trying to do a good thing here.
There's no question.
Look, and we both have daughters, and we've talked. Look, a lot of these real life situations, a lot of biology might be uncomfortable conversations to somebody. Mm-hmm. But in nature, you picture Bambi, but nobody dies with dignity in nature. If you take it, and we're not talking about deer hunting, but even deer.
To encourage us to kill more deer.
Well, you fit your Bambi until he runs through that Oldsmobile.
We're on the side of Highway 45. Drive up and down it right now. There's dead raccoons on this. I had a guy come in here this morning. Yeah. He said, I like what y'all are doing. He said, I've only got 15 acres. If you know anybody that needs some ground to hunt, he said, I've only got 15 acres, but I got one corn feeder on 15 acres, and there's probably at least 15
that's solid.
coons.
But
But he told me, he said, there's a dead raccoon right down the side of Highway 45.
we're gonna pick it up on the way out.
Yeah,
Ryan
We'll get to that in the rules.
Ryan don't put the mile marker. 'cause
cheating,
I
no
don't
cheating.
Yeah,
want
that's
no,
right.
I don't want no Mayotte going to get that coon.
But,
now.
you know, all right, for decades there was a trapping, there was sort of a market, there was a fur
70s
market,
and
there was
80s, that's
trapping,
right.
and so that's not here like it was.
No.
So unchecked,
It's not happening.
things get out of balance.
Well, people want to, and we've heard it. We've gotten some negative backlash.
Look, and from some good people. This isn't a shot at any of those people.
Yeah,
we all
no,
come from
absolutely
different walks.
not.
of
Everybody
life.
has
I think
a
that's
voice.
important to say.
I made this comment to several people. I went to Afghanistan in 2011 through 2012. I was in Kuwait and bounced in and out of Iraq in 2015 and 2016. I was one of the people that went out there for you to have that right.
Ain't no question.
I wasn't one of the people. I know people that have passed away in the service.
Sure.
That lost their lives. For those people to have that right.
So you can voice your opinion about it.
If you
That's
don't
a
like
great
what
position.
we're doing, that's great. I would appreciate that you don't
Don't
you
run me down the road.
Don't run our business down.
That's right.
Because our business is not just me.
No.
I've got employees here that have families. They have children. We're trying to support the local
This
agriculture.
is legal. It's
livestock.
not. Yeah,
It's a
that's right.
legal.
Well, if anybody knows,
Yeah.
no, we all know this animal. Okay, so raccoon. So I was thinking in my mind when you was telling me what's your business. So horses, raccoons tear into horse feed. They get into stuff. They
And
tear into it.
possums carry a disease
There
that
ain't
can
no
kill
question.
horses.
There ain't no question.
I'm not an equestrian, but
Sure.
there's a lot of people that have reached out to me and said, kill every possum you possibly can because possums kill my horses.
Right. So number two, Brent, people with chickens, ducks,
Yeah,
a guy
raccoon
come
will
in,
smoke them.
reach in there and jerk the heads off of them and not be able to get. They're just killers.
Yeah, they're-
that's their game. They're predators.
Absolutely.
A raccoon is nothing but a little bear. That's all it is.
Everybody thinks
And-
a raccoon is a sweet, precious
Well,
animal
Yeah,
he's
grab
sweet.
one.
until you catch him in
Yeah.
a trap.
Well,
When
look,
you walk up to him in that foot trap,
look, he's sweet when he's digging that honey bun out of your garbage can.
Yeah.
But when he's sitting there killing everything you got, and I mean, we can
Yeah,
fence
you
on this
Yeah, at the
all
end of the
day
day,
long.
it's circle of
But
life.
what
They're a
we
predator.
want, we want people to know simply, if you disagree with this, I am an open-minded person. You can come here.
Right.
You don't have to call and tear into our employees and so on and so forth. Just come talk to me.
But think about
You know,
this, and
and
we was
we'll
talking about it,
talk. We
Ryan.
can have a civil
I got a guy that
conversation.
works with me right now. His name's Melvin. He's one of my head guys. He wants 5 coons because they
we can
love to
make it
eat
happen.
them. They love to eat them. But people don't know, and I want this put out there. We want people to come up there. If you want
Yeah.
some coons to eat, come on. I mean, wouldn't you
Yeah.
think, Ryan? That because you know.
There's nothing wrong with
No,
with
and
coon.
and my guys are going to eat them. I mean, the ones we get, Brian. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Brent, 5 of them. Melvin's getting them, and he's got an uncle that wants 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
So there's going to
So
be
it's
a
not
lot of
just a
these.
waste.
Going to be.
It's
They're
not-
not just throwing them
No,
in a
it's
garbage
not.
pile
They're
somewhere.
not. They're not going to end
People
up over in
still
the ditch,
eat.
so-
People don't know this, but people still eat a lot of raccoons.
Absolutely.
I have 8 raccoons and sweet potatoes. You know, it may not sound good. It ain't bad.
I can take you to a place right
They
now.
bad.
At what time is it? It's 10:24.
They smoking them.
In an hour and a half, there's a place really close to here that's
Sure.
got them on the grill.
I know
probably
exactly.
Right now.
I know exactly where it's at.
And they will
And
fix
they
you a
cook
plate.
them. And they cook them.
Yep. And I have guys that come up here at 12:30 with a plate of raccoon.
Right.
I mean,
So
hey,
we're not. It's no different to me. It's no difference than you catching little bass out of a pond because it's overpopulated, throwing them on the bank.
That's right.
Bob just said all the time, "Hey, throw them on the bank. There's too many. We need to get them out of there."
Yep.
A life is a
There's
life.
Conservation is
There's
balance.
conservation. There's too many
Yeah.
out there. Look, we're talking about the 80s. Brent, you brought it up. You could take a boar coon in the 80s to Duke and get $18 to $23 for that hide. It brings $2 now. $1, $2.
If you're lucky.
Because the fur traffic is not
especially in the South.
right.
And that's, I mean,
They're
you look
not
at
as
through the
plush.
Midwest, the pelts are better.
But the thicker.
Yeah, better
you know,
pelts.
that's right.
Down here in the South, we've
Right.
got thin
Yeah.
pelts. that,
So,
they're not
what's
good.
going to give the initiative for a trapper to come trap your land? One thing.
Money.
Money.
Yep.
Money.
Okay.
gotta pay.
You're going to have to pay your pocket. Just like Hunter. Hunter's getting what, $2 or $3 an acre to trap. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
game he does. Look,
But
if you got a lot of acres, it adds up. If you go to Duke's and buy you $200 worth of traps, And if you've got enough time, you could just do it on Saturdays around your feeders and look how much good
Run
you
your
could do.
traps on Friday when you get off work, set them, check them first thing Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know a single turkey hunter who, if asked, if you're standing at your favorite spot and you're not hearing a turkey, you gladly reach in your pocket and pay that $200 or $300 you might would have invested in a good trapping regimen.
And, Ryan,
we were for some gobbles.
Ryan, we were laughing.
No doubt.
We were talking before the podcast started, but, we don't know how many animals are going to come, but we know people are getting ready and they're getting them. But you know what? For every
people coming in and out back here, you might see on the video, stocking up. They loading corn up.
For every one of those predators that we take, you know how many turkeys that's going to save?
There's a lot of them. Because
I go back to this.
When you're targeting a nest predator, if they get a nest, that's a bunch of eggs.
Yeah, well, and that's a raccoon, a big raccoon versus a hen turkey. That raccoon will bully her off the nest.
He'll kill her.
And if he wants to, he
can jump on her and kill her.
He can kill. He has the capability to kill her.
No question.
And it's not going to be pretty when he kills her.
No.
And then he doesn't eat one egg.
He busts every one of them.
He will destroy every one of them.
Yep. And if he nicks one
it's
and
over
left,
with.
it's over. She leaves.
Yeah. And when that nest is done, now, and I wish we could get Dr. Mike Chamberlain. I'm sure
he's cool, kid.
Wild Turkey Doctor.
Yeah. Or
I've
Adam
never
Butler.
met him in person, but I listened to.
He's sharp now.
Yeah, Mossy Oak puts him on a bunch, and that guy is a whiz when it comes to the wild turkey and nest predators as well.
Right.
But the hen, is likely she may try again.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could affect whether there's a reclutch, whether she's able to
and then
re-nest.
it
Timing.
comes back to this right here. Are you killing your turkeys while she's in the phase of a failed nest?
That's right.
Because if you're killing your turkeys, if you kill, if you've got your dominant bird and you kill him and they're reestablishing pecking order and all this other complex stuff that goes on
There's
within
a lot
of
variables. That's right.
She might miss that second nest.
Well, you take
even if she
low
does
prices.
re-nest, that's less.
There's
That's
no
not
doubt.
as productive as that early one.
When I was at Mississippi State Wildlife and Forestry program, we had two of the sharpest guys, Dr. Hurst and Dr. Kaminsky. Okay, he was a duck man. Hurst was and we had Dr. Leopold, which was the predator guy.
Mm-hmm.
So they always back and forth. But you think about it, everybody's crazy about ducks, right? Everybody wants to shoot mallard ducks, wood ducks, whatever. Well, where do they nest at?
Mm-hmm. They're protected.
They're protected. To an extent. But the mallards and the big ducks are on the ground.
Yeah.
They're nest predators. So if they get smoked, we never get those. We never get them. And I mean, it's like you said, if we can protect them in the egg, and I was telling Brent, me and Brent was walking away out, we always try to challenge each other. And Brent was like, well, Chris, if we get more poults, we're going to have more coyotes, more bobcats. I said, but I said, those coyotes and bobcats going to have to get them in the daytime. Maybe we can get a rifle on them because it's hard to get that turkey at night.
They got to work for it, too.
That's right.
I mean, if you get more success out
it's just a good thing. Let's go over some rules, Ryan.
Let's
walk
give us a
the
rundown
rules.
of the program.
Kind of tell me how it's going to go.
You got me hungry for coon. Chris will ramble all day. Let's
an hour from now, there'll be fresh coons up the road. So the contest, and this is being our first time doing this.
Sure.
We're going to take this as trial and error.
Get some kinks out.
Hey, give us your feedback. We've actually already kind of edited the
rules.
check-in a little bit to accommodate because we want fresh coons. That way, people can take their fresh kill. They can clean them.
They don't have to sit on for 2 days to check in. So it's the thing runs like Thursday through Saturday, the 22nd through the 24th, right?
And so on Thursday, you'll come in, you'll register. There's going to be, I hope, a lot of people from out of town.
Okay.
So I'm offering the option for guys they've got to work, on Thursday and Friday. They can't drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. We've all got kids playing sports.
Sure.
etc. So you have the opportunity to register Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
Now, just because you register on Friday doesn't mean you can't start hunting on Thursday. Because if you're, 30 minutes, an hour away, you can't get here on Thursday to register. We still want you to participate. So we want you to get involved.
Okay.
This is about involvement and awareness. So you can register on Thursday and Friday. The hunt will start. You can start putting out your traps, whatever legal means you're going to take to be involved in this. Start at 5:30 on Thursday, 5:30 p.m. on Thursday.
That's when it's going to start.
That's when you kick off and you start hunting. And I've already had feedback on, people that are going to be, that are going to cheat and freeze coons.
Cheaters gonna cheat, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't control that.
Right. I mean, Ryan, you don't have to signal me out when we're sitting here, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Chris was talking about freezing on us.
Well, I do got a cooler.
But we don't want tails.
Yes.
So you'll come register, and then when you register, we're going to take your name down, all that. We, want the money up front. That way, if you have an unsuccessful hunt,
your money's still in. Yeah, that's right.
Your money's already
That's
here
right.
for the guys
in the game.
that are in the game. So you'll start hunting Thursday, and then we are going to offer on Friday the opportunity for you to come in Friday morning. What we do? We got 8:30.
I was reading it behind you and it went away.
I've got so many things on my mind. So we're gonna do check-in on Friday from 8 to 11 a.m. So that gives you the chance to go out Friday morning, check your traps, whatever you got going on.
Now, Ryan, coon hunting's allowed.
Yes.
Thermals, whatever's legal by the state
whatever is
rules.
legal by the state of Mississippi.
Yes.
And we've had some activists that are not really, for this that have reached out to the state. Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries and Parks have told them that, there's no limit this time of the year.
Right.
The reason why we wanted to make this happen before February 28th is because after February 28th, it's trapping only.
Okay, gotcha.
Until March 15th.
Gotcha.
Well, that eliminates a lot of guys.
Sure.
There's a lot of guys that are going to go out there and they're going to hunt them. The traditional houndsman, we want the houndsman
That's right.
involved.
Right.
We're in a stronghold area for houndsmen. I've got buddies. We have
Good
curs.
coon hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we squirrel hunt.
Or mountain curs.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of curs that we squirrel hunt with, and they will tree
They'll
coons.
tree a coon.
They will tree
Yeah.
coons. They do not like coons. So we want the houndsman involved.
Sure.
We want
Everybody involved.
Yeah, whatever legal means that you want to be involved in. And so come check your coons in Friday, 8 to 11.
Okay.
That gives you the opportunity. You can bring them in, and then when you leave with them, you can clean.
Can you check them in both days?
Yes. So when you bring them in,
could check some in Friday and check some in Saturday.
That's right.
If you're a bigger group,
so you're going to check in.
because you don't want them ruined if you want to eat them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want you to be able to consume them.
Right.
So you bring your coons in Friday morning. The coons that you bring in Friday morning, we will dock their tails.
Right.
And that will prevent people from when
double-
they come
double,
on Friday,
yeah.
when they come back on Saturday, you can't count the same coon
Right.
twice. If you come on Saturday
Right.
with a coon that has its tail cut off, it's disqualified.
Right.
We're not doing anything fancy. 1 point per animal.
Right.
So every coon and possum.
Keeps it simple.
Keep it simple. We're not trying to make it complicated.
And helping Ryan on this deal. Prairie Meat Company in Columbus, 662-327-2434. If you want a coon, reach out to us, call us. We're still open cutting deer up, and then we can oblige you. We'll give you a coon. What we have, we'll, any ones you let us know beforehand.
Yeah.
You got 10 days. Hey, leave us a message. Brent, they can send us one on Facebook too, can't they? Or some type of message.
Yeah.
But
Chris
it's
a little old for that.
yeah,
social
I
media
don't look. I don't do Facebook, but anyway. But yes, if you want a coon, you want a couple coons, 5 coons,
Come
call
up
us.
here.
Call us.
Look.
Ryan can give you our number, and we'll let you have them.
Friday from 8 to 11, there are going to be people bringing in coons.
Right.
Saturday from 8 to 11, we close at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Right.
We'll stop Saturday when everybody leaves.
But if a guy calls, say, "Hey, Ryan, I'd like to have 3 coons," you'll save them for him. I know you will. So I know you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's great. That's good
And
right
so
there. Brent.
if you want coons, come up here on Friday, come up here on Saturday.
Yeah.
Ultimately, there's going to be some guys that are, I hope, that they've gotten so many of them that they don't want them all.
Right.
And we would be happy to give them to you.
That'd be great.
So Friday,
Don't
check
come
in.
up here, your team, don't come up here thinking you're just going to be able to dump your coons
That's right.
off.
you
either.
got to dispose your own.
No,
right?
You got to
yeah,
dispose
that's
your own
right.
coons.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get stuck.
No,
Somebody
yeah.
drop the tailgate and push them off.
One of our employees asked me, she said, so
gonna
are
do
we
all of 'em?
taking the coons?
Yeah. Good
I
point.
said,
Point of
"No,
clarification.
no, no." Yeah. We're not taking your coons, but if there are people here when you come for check-in that want coons and you want to donate them to them, that's
I think that's
perfectly
cool.
fine.
That's a good deal.
So yeah, it's not just about the killing aspect of it. So you check in Friday, check in Saturday. When we get the total tally count, I had initially said that we would announce the winner Monday, winners. So first place, and it's a 100-man, $100, a team.
A team.
Yeah.
So you can do up to 4 men
Okay.
on your team.
Okay.
Now, if you want to be a one-man operation,
Sure.
$100.
$100. Yeah. $100 across the board. So if we've got 20 teams involved or more, and I really feel like because of the
I think
traction,
you'll have 20.
I think 20 is
Ain't no doubt.
I really feel like 20 is going to be the
Yeah.
minimum.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I think you 50 teams probably. That'd be a good.
That'd be a good little bounty.
The first place pot is 50%
That's right.
of the pot. And I mean,
So if we just say if we had 10 teams, that's $500.
I'm not real good at math,
Yeah.
but that adds up pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then so first place gets 50%, second place gets 30%, third place gets 20%.
That's awesome.
And then we'll, the store here, we haven't really decided yet. I mean, because I really didn't even know exactly if this thing was going to work out. But our feet are in concrete. We're going to stand behind being conservationists.
Yes.
Yeah, if
And
look,
this-
the works probably do annual.
But I'm going to tell y'all,
Be a
people
good
that's
annual
up here,
event, yeah.
he's got a heck of a store. He's got steel stuff. I bought several chainsaws from him. He's got Milwaukee stuff. He's got, I don't order, I used to, like everybody else, I get all my Tacticam stuff from Ryan. I bought 4 batteries from him last week.
Yeah.
So he's got Tacticam. He's got a good store up here. So
Yeah.
when you check it in, kind of check it out. I mean, it's a
Tacticam
really,
stuff is kind of a fun
you're the only
deal.
person who's got one. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it all. And you
I
got
love
the cards.
Tacticam. Yeah.
They're
And
great.
so I said, hey, man, for the money, that's a story for a different day. But
If we knew how many deer it was killed from a Tacticam, boy,
kidding.
woo.
Yeah, absolutely. But we just want to have some diversity up here.
I think it's great, Brent.
I love it.
It's a good deal. I appreciate you spending this time. I know you're Saturday, but I've known your family and
Yeah.
you
Hey,
and
I was excited whenever you called.
I'm glad. I think it's a great thing, and Brent was all over it. This was Brent's idea. He said, "Man, I'd love to be able to talk to him." I said, "Well,
Yeah, look,
let me call
I
him."
had all the stuff in the truck. I said, shoot, let's just go sit
Yeah.
up.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, and it worked
I
out.
love it.
I'm thankful for you guys.
I think it's going to be great
to get the
and
word
look,
out there. I mean, really, let's be honest. When this thing first kind of started, becoming an idea, and once again, credit to Peyton May.
Oh, ain't no doubt.
For kind of bringing this to my attention. I do it from a personal aspect, but it became a lot larger than that, and that's what we want.
And look, we all love some competition.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like
But
the competitive.
look,
I don't want that to get lost. or anything.
This
Look,
is the cheapest. We don't have to have that jacked up 4-wheeler and all that. We can.
No.
We don't have to have the Z71. We can.
Yeah.
A couple coon traps or some 22 rifles.
and have a good time.
and
you
good
heard,
dogs.
you heard from Chris Heron. You don't need a lift kit to kill a raccoon.
That's it. It don't have to have. It looks good.
Yeah.
It makes a better Facebook picture.
It's gonna look cool.
But that's right.
Yeah, but I mean, we want people to have fun, be safe, follow, all the state game laws, and be fair.
Yeah, all you deer hunters that let your feeder run out, come up and
fill
get up
them
here and
up.
get some corn.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Look,
know,
we're
slow your
not-
trapping down
we're-
right now. You got to.
We're not real fired up about it, but Brent's a vintage guy, and we're working on our T-shirts for our team right now.
well,
I'm telling you,
Actually,
we're gonna be right.
I got to get some store T-shirts whipped up pretty quick.
That'd be good.
And in the future,
We're thinking of our name, and we may do a Prairie Meat Best name out there. I may
I
sponsor
can't
that.
wait to see the name.
We're gonna come up with some names. It's gonna be sweet.
When the state started doing the alligator hunting thing and all these alligator hunting teams, and we
yeah.
got involved with that, from a personal aspect. But it's been entertaining to me to see how many people come up
It's
with
gonna
all
be
these
great.
alligator hunting
Well,
names.
we finna think of us a name. That's what Brent's gonna be.
We got 1 minute night. We have to throw
We
the
got
night
1
in.
minute. We got to throw a night in on our team.
Yeah.
He's a
The silent night.
but he's a special team member. So he got a lot of land we can get a hold of
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. We're
Catfish
excited
pond
about
draw in coons. That's
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah, we need to talk about
Hey,
it.
don't talk strategy now.
Man,
Yeah, no,
we're
we're
talking
not
strategy
talking.
on the next podcast after the
My
fact.
little boy, he's 6, Leland, and he and his granddaddy, who we've talked about,
That's
Randy
right.
Martin, he told me last night we were eating supper. He said, "Daddy, I'm as serious as he could be." He said, "I'm gonna win that competition."
Everybody I've talked to said the same thing. That's funny.
They wanna win it.
That's funny because everybody seen it said, "Look, we're gonna win that."
Look, I'm studying.
We'll win that.
I'm studying Tacticam cameras every morning. I get up 5 o'clock in the morning.
many
I'm looking at the
coons are
camera.
there?
I'm going back looking at the coon pictures, see which ones. I mean, it's pretty. It's going to be strategic. I like
Oh,
it.
absolutely, yeah. And I've got guys asking me, hey, or can we use like farmers, for instance?
Sure, thermals.
Got
Yeah,
big open ground, they can ride thermals, all that.
I think it's going to be good. And plus, we got people wanting to eat them. I think it's going to be great, Ryan.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing for wild turkey.
It
It's
is.
a good thing for wild turkey. That's right in our wheelhouse, and
Yeah.
we love it. And I'm glad you're doing it. And
We'll look forward to seeing everybody here. I can tell you.
Yeah, we appreciate
Yeah.
it. We,
It's gonna be
we
great.
hope everybody turns up.
yeah,
and,
we're in.
we appreciate you guys being here.
All right, look, we'll keep y'all filled in. Noxubee Farm Supply, y'all get down here, get in if you're wherever you're
When
at.
can
If
you? What's
you're
the first
regional-
sign-in day? Can we
First-
sign up today?
First sign it. Well,
Thursday? You want
yeah,
Thursday,
but
Friday? Okay.
We're going
All
to
right, that's
start
fine.
signing on Thursday.
Well, it keeps up with everything.
Yeah, it's going to be an easier way to keep up with everything. I had a guy come in here yesterday with a $100 bill in his hand,
Well, I got one in my pocket.
and he was like, "I'm ready to sign up for the Raccoon Roundup."
You wanna
And
wait?
I said, "Man, just let's wait."
Keeps everything in order.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
it all in order. Keep it because there are times throughout the day when I might not be here. My girl's
Sure.
up front, so.
Is it in person only sign up? No, can you Venmo
Yeah.
or sign up on
In-
nothing like
in
that? Or is it in
person,
person
yeah.
only?
In person.
Just to clarify. Okay.
Well, but you got buddies. I mean, you can call somebody and have them come up here and
Yeah,
sign
Like I said,
you up.
at least one team
Yeah.
member. You don't
Just
have to
one.
have the whole
No,
team.
you don't have to
Somebody's
bring
got
the
to
whole
be
team.
here to sign
That's
up.
right. Yeah, you don't
on
have
the
to bring
team.
the whole team. We
Yeah.
just need one person.
Okay.
And as time goes on, hopefully we can have a second, third, fourth, and
Sure.
we can build upon this. And
Oh, we're gonna make it fancy.
We're gonna make it nice.
We'll have an app. We'll
we
have
can
check
get
in.
it set
Oh,
up.
yeah.
We'll have a
Oh, yeah.
Raccoon Roundup app.
Oh,
where
yeah,
you
we're
go
gonna-
in there, you sign in, sign up.
I'm
pay your
already. The
$100.
wheels already turning over here. I'm already
No
thinking
doubt.
about this.
But just to keep it simple, feet in the water, figure this thing out,
Yeah.
get some feedback.
I think it's gonna be good.
I'm glad you pulled the trigger. I'm glad you
Yeah.
pulled
I'm
the trigger
big.
and go ahead and do it. And we're in. How
Well, we
can
support
help.
you 100%. I
appreciate
can
it.
tell you that.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, and I'm excited about all the support that we've gotten.
Awesome.
All right.
So,
Well,
All right. Well, thanks for letting us come in. I know
Yeah.
we hindered you a little bit on a Saturday morning, and look, I guess
Dolly Mae finally
I
played
wore
out.
Dolly out. She got
Yeah.
a belly full. She ate my arm off, and
it ain't that we ain't been in the war with it.
that's right.
Yeah, just
All right.
don't grab a raccoon. It'll
That's
be
right.
worse than that.
All right. Well, thank y'all. This will be again. We're videoing this. Will be on YouTube and on all the normal podcast outlets, and we'll be reporting back. We'll drop a few things in the lead up, on social media. We'll
Yeah.
share some things, and we'll do some collaborations, I'm sure. And we look forward to it. And look, if you're listening to us in a whole other state or another region, this is a good way. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but this is a good way. Those private dollars, you can get involved and you can make a difference.
Sounds great.
All right. See y'all.
Bye bye.
Thank y'all.